Chris, a smashing week of Speedway to look forward to.
Yeah, it's a week of Speedway that I always look forward to. It really is a great festival of Speedway with some top nations, some top riders, and a mixture of one or two youngsters in the teams this year as well.
Here in Team Speedway, we have 4 points for a win, 3 for second, 2 for third place, and nothing for coming fourth. And Chris, it's going to be vital for teams to actually try not to come in fourth place if you want to progress. Now we see the American team coming forward, led by Steve Evans, the team manager. We've got Luke Becker, Broc, Nicol and Ruml riding for the Americans here this evening.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough ask for the young American team. They're quite an understated bunch, actually. Very professional riders. Luke Becker, Broc, Nicol, slightly more experienced than Dillon Ruml, but no, a great team. Quite different to the teams that we're used to racing against in the 80s and 90s, but nonetheless we'll be looking for that qualifying spot.
They will indeed, and they're going to have to put their best foot forward this evening. There's no question about that. It's like we've got America here up against Latvia. So just looking down there, it's looking like Luke Becker was going to go from gate number 3 with Broc, Nicol off the inside in blue. And then for Latvia, looks like we've got Francis Gusts. Not quite sure what gate he's going off. Looks like he's going to go off for gate number 2. And we've got a change here with Oleg Mihaliovs coming in here for Kostikovs. Looks like he's going to go from gate number 4. So they obviously wanted to give their number 3 rider a run out straight from the get-go.
Yeah, it's an interesting race, this pitching the USA and Latvia together straight away, because they're two teams that will be very, very keen to qualify in 3rd or 4th for that qualifying race.
Yeah, that's got to be their target. You're dead right. So every race vital, and this is a race in their opening gambit where they'll try and get a heat advantage as they can. I saw Luke Becker ride on Monday back in the UK. He was in fine form there. Here we go then, settling down for heat number 2. Green lights on, tapes are up, and away we go. Terrific start from Nicol off the inside. I've got to say that Mihaliovs is there also round the outside. Oh, Gustas slammed into the side of Becker, but Becker comes out on top, and it's America out in front. Broc, Nicol sharp away from the inside. Luke Becker joining him, and it's looking good, and that's 7 points if they can hang on out in front. America dominating heat number 2 as at this early stage. Super start from Broc, Nicol.
Yeah, great start from Broc, Nicol. Sensible ride on the first lap, also from Luke Becker, just settling down, riding behind his teammate. He realises the attack is most likely to come from the inside, and Mihaliovs there getting very, very close to the back wheel of Luke Becker. Actually, the two Latvians just tripping over each other at the back. One of them needs a chance to go clear and have a go.
No, they're not doing themselves any favours at all, and it's just giving a little bit of breathing space for the two Americans out in front. One last corner to go, and Broc, Nicol out in front, riding a real tight line. Becker riding sensibly behind him, and the ideal start for America. 7 big World Championship points there. Super stuff, sharp away from the tapes, dominating the heat. And I must say that very impressive. got to say that the Latvians were quite untidy.
Mihaliovs was really giving that one a go.
Yeah, and Francis Gusts really didn't know which way to go, in truth. But nonetheless, it was an outstanding start for America, and that really will settle them down very nicely indeed.
It will do. 7 big points against Latvia, another team that would have been vying for that 3rd and 4th spot, as I say, assuming that Poland and Australia will go clear at the top.
So 7 points for America, 1st and 2nd, the first maximum score of the evening, and 2 points for Latvia, with Mihaliovs coming through in 3rd place and Francis Gusts just missing out that time. Just seeing the boys back in the pits. Of course, we've got the pit cams in here. You can tune in and look at your favourite team if you wish, and no problems there. And we'll just see this again, because it was a terrific start from Nicol again off that inside.
Yeah, Broc, Nicol really got it to work on the way to the corner, made a great reaction. At this point, Luke Becker's got a little bit to do. He's got Francis Gusts on the inside, giving him a nudge, getting pretty close there, wants to find a way through up the inside, and it's that run down the back straight on the first lap, particularly here at Vojens. It's crucial to make an early decision, know whether you're going for a run around the outside, which won't work at the moment, or that quick cut back, and he made the right choice, tucked in tight behind his teammate Broc, Nicol on the first lap here, and they didn't look back. 7 big points for USA.
So heat number 3 then, and up at tapes we've got Finland and Australia here. We've got Finland going off gates 1 and 3 with Timo Lahti off the inside gate. So we can see the standings after the first 4 races. 11 points for Germany, but they've raced twice. USA on 7, super stuff from them. Poland on 5, Finland 5, Australia 4, Latvia 2 and Ukraine 2. And we've got America up at tapes already. And Luke Becker is going to go from the gate number 2 position. So we've got Bartosz Marzlik in red going from the inside gate. Luke Becker will go from gate number 2 in white. Matej Janowski will come out of gate number 3 in blue, and Broc Nicol will go, the fast-starting Broc Nicol. He will actually now go from the outside in yellow, so no changes there. In actual fact, that is a mistake. We were told that it was going to be Latvia coming out here, but it's not. Actually, that's not correct on the programme there, so we will apologise for that, but it's America up at tapes here. So, as I say, America starting with 7 points, and that was a fine start for them, no doubt about that. But they're up against stern opposition here with Poland. And as I say, Poland dropping points in the opening race. They'll be really trying to bounce back now. They'll be looking for maximum points. Yeah, they will. I was talking to Steve Evans, the American team manager, earlier today, and he said that a lot of their focus was on making sure that they qualify for the Speedway World Cup next year, which means that as long as Poland are in the top 4, then that's what USA need to do. But obviously their main focus tonight will be to make that qualifying heat and then win that. Absolutely right, and they started in fine style, so here we go then. Heat number 5. Oh, Bartosz Marzlik, he was nervous on the start there. Red light is on straight away. Do you know what, I'd like to see that again, because I think, although there was movement, I don't think it came from Luke Becker, and I think he just made a cracking start. Yeah. Alexander Liotoshinsky from Ukraine is the referee here, and he's put the red light on pretty sharply there. There's no question that Bartosz Marzlik was just a little bit impatient on the inside gate. Not quite sure why. Maybe the weight of expectation and the fact that they are red-hot favourites tonight is just weighing heavily on them a little bit. See it again, Chris, here now. Yeah, there was definitely movement, and I think it's, Bartosz took a step, but to be fair to Luke Becker, I mean, he just made an absolute cracking start, but of course, the referee would have been looking. I mean, it was a lightning reaction. It really was. And his chain adjuster's coming off as well. Yeah, so but he's probably done himself a favour, actually, or the referee's done him a favour bringing that one back. Yeah, he has indeed. But there's no question that Bartosz Marzlik was a bit nervy on the start there. I've got to say that Poland do take Team Speedway very seriously indeed. They've won World Cups for fun. They haven't won the Speedway of Nations. And we're hearing it's actually a warning for the rider in white here, so that's going to be... That's Luke Becker, but I mean, I find that very, very strange, because all he did was react to the tapes very well. I disagree with the referee there. I think he's made a mistake, and that's a shame, because that's rather tough on Luke Becker. As you rightly say, he made a smashing start and has been penalised for it, when actually the guy that should have had a warning should have been Bartosz Marzlik, who was actually a bit twitchy on the start line. So, second time of asking. I'll go through the line once again. We've got Marzlik on the inside in red, Luke Becker in gate number 2 in white, Matej Janowski out of gate number 3 in blue, and off the outside is Broc Nicol in yellow. And they're just going to have to settle down now. I think Poland need to get a 7-point haul here in this race to really settle themselves down. Matej Janowski very close to the start marshal. Start marshal not particularly happy with that, so he lets it go now. Green lights on. Takes her up, and Bartosz Marzlik doesn't miss second time. He's made a smashing start there. Becker's in the thick of the action in the first corner. Here comes Janowski round the outside of Becker, but Becker's right there. It's nip and tuck as they go into turn 3. And Janowski slams the door shut and comes through into second place. Broc Nicol is out the back. But this time, second time of asking, Chris, Marzlik made no mistake. No, and Janowski obviously rounding up Luke Becker. Luke Becker kept him honest down the back straight, certainly didn't back out of the challenge. Janowski's pulled clear now, running in just on the edge of the dirt there. He's just moving out wide. Luke Becker electing to go around the inside, but the Polish lads would have started this race as favourites and doing the job. They are indeed. America, of course, picked up 7 points in their first outing. It's looking like it's going to be a 2-point haul this time, but for Poland, a meeting favourite, certainly coming through in flying style here. Becker's been fast in third place, but there's no question the World Championship leader in 2022, representing his country, wins in fine style this time. Bartosz Marzlik out in front, super effort from him. Janowski coming through nicely in second place. 7 points for Poland this time. and 2 points for America. And disappointment for Broc Nicol, but to be in, I think when they're looking at the program, Chris, they wouldn't have been looking, America wouldn't have been looking at that particular race. They're probably thinking it's some of the lesser nations that they need to pick up the points against.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they would have felt that they did their job perfectly in their opening ride against Latvia, taking maximum points, and yeah, facing Poland was always going to be a tough task.
7 big points for Poland then. Smazlik out in front, Janowski in second place, Luke Becker comes in third, just 2 points for America this time, Broc Nicol, but they're still on to 9 points, which is a handy return after 2 races. Patrick Dudek having to be a touch patient because he hasn't had a ride, but we'll see it again.
Yeah, off the inside, Smazlik there, not so impatient that time, just reacted to the tapes, crept around the inside. Luke Becker at this point looks like he could actually get the better of Janowski, but Janowski just sitting back on the bike, wheels in line, good throttle control, manages to find enough traction just to get down over the top of Luke Becker, and pretty much the race was over from there. But a great effort from Luke Becker. Broc Nicol just struggling at the back, but another heat advantage for Poland, and that's what you need to do throughout this meeting if you want to certainly make the top 2.
Is Broc Nicol in gate number 2. Gate number 3 is Kai Hülkenberg in red, and gate number 4 will be Luke Becker. So America, who have had a heat advantage and then lost out against the Polish team last time, but I've got to say, on the evidence of their second ride, Germany look really quite sharp here tonight. Disappointing for Blodorn in his first ride with some bike issues in the first corner, but responded and bounced back really nicely to ride very strongly in their second outing. So Germany are looking good. America also not out of this. This is a tense affair here in heat number 8.
It is, yeah, in the context of the race for qualification, this is a big one.
It is indeed. Green lights on, tapes are up and away we go. Gotta say, it's a smashing start from Broc Nicol out of gate number 2. He fires himself to the front in that first turn, but he's under pressure. Here comes Hülkenberg. Hülkenberg and Broc Nicol, but Hülkenberg powers into the bottom corner. Coming out of turn number 4, and Hülkenberg is really riding hard.
Blodorn.
And Blodorn up the inside as well. Nicol's gone down. Hard charging. Don't think there was any contact there, but it was a harsh move there. He's going to get the bike off the track. He's going to get tired, but the race continues, and it's out in front. Germany all of a sudden looking really good here. Potentially with a 7-point haul with Luke Becker back in third place.
Yeah, Broc Nicol reluctantly taking his bike off the track. I think he was looking for perhaps a restart, give Luke Becker, his teammate, a chance of making a better start. But for Germany, this is just what they needed. Once again, Kai Hülkenberg out front, and Broc Nicol did lead him for a while. I think it's probably the first time that Kai has been led in this meeting so far, but great result for Germany.
Superb result for Germany, their second 7-point haul of the evening, and Germany really are looking good after the disappointment of the first race. Joy in the camp, German fans here, of course. Vojens not too far away from the German border, and Germany are putting it to the opposition here. They're going to put plenty of pressure on the opposition, and after 3 races they move on to 18 points. That really is a terrific return for them. So 7 points for Germany. First is Kai Hülkenberg, second is Nicol Blodorn, riding well, the youngster, I must say, and Luke Becker coming through in third place, and Broc Nicol biting the dust as the race came towards its conclusion, so he'll have to dust himself down. But I've got to say, Kai Hülkenberg has been absolutely red hot tonight. So the standings after 8 races then. Germany out in front, but they've raced 3 times, but 7 points in their last 2 outings. Terrific. 12 for Poland, 11 for the USA, Finland on 11, Australia on 10, and Latvia on 5. So, and also Ukraine on 5. So, beginning to take shape now, but we'll see he ate just again. But Germany are looking good here. Yeah,
Kai Hülkenberg in particular looking the real deal, making pretty good starts and plenty of speed. But here he's headed by Broc Nicol down the back straight. Great start again from Broc, but using the dirt there on the outside, Kai Hülkenberg just generates that speed, gets himself across. And here we see, I think, Broc Nicol coming down, comes under attack there from Nicol Blodorn. You know, he rode under him hard, but there was a gap there, and I think it was just a case of Broc knowing he's going to get out of the way, and he knows his teammate Luke Becker is currently running in last place. And I think
tight,
it was
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was tight. I think it was a conscious decision from Broc to go down, give his teammate a chance of a restart, and He soon realised the referee was not keen on that decision.
No.
And eventually, reluctantly, got back up. But I don't blame him for giving it a go.
And the standings there on the right-hand side of your screen, with Finland and Poland neck and neck after 4 outings. Germany doing well on 20. Australia obviously only racing 3 times, but a very valuable 7 points for them last time. USA on 11 and Latvia and Ukraine on 7. Kind of cut adrift now. It's looking unlikely that they're going to really play a major part tonight. Looks like it could be a big shootout between those top 4. But we will wait and see. We've got Heat 13 coming up here, where we will see a change to the American team. We will see Broc Nicol replaced by their number 3 rider, Dillon Ruml. And Dillon Ruml is actually riding for the Oxford Cheetahs back in the UK and doing a fine job for them. And it's great to see that the Cheetahs are back after a 15-year absence. So that's great news. And Ruml is here, and a rider that I'm interested to see, because another rider that is beginning to gain valuable experience riding in Europe.
Yeah, just looking ahead in the programme, Finland top of the table there, and I've got to say, 2 reasonable rides to come, Germany and USA. They've got a real chance of automatic qualification here.
Yeah, line up for Heat 13 then is Luke Becker in red, and Dillon Ruml will go in blue. Jason Doyle is in white and Max Frick in yellow. We will see if that remains the same, if there's any last-minute change to that. And just thought for a moment it might have been Jack Holder. It is actually Jack Holder.
It is Jack Holder in yellow.
Looks like it's going to be Jack Holder coming in here for Max Frick. So Mark Lemon just ringing the changes at the very final moment. So Jack riding well in his first 2 outings. Jason Doyle certainly looking much more like himself in his second ride.
Yeah, very much so.
And they're a race behind, effectively. So are Latvia and Ukraine. So there's no doubt that Australia, on 17 points so far, will be looking to get the better of the opposition here. Luke Becker is getting pushed off there. Jason Doyle. Jack Holder coming in here for Max Frick. Here, he will be in the yellow helmet colour. It'll be interesting to see which way round they put them on the start line.
Interesting decision that from Mark Lemon, because obviously Australia hitting 7 big points in their last ride against Germany.
Absolutely, but trying to give riders as much racing time as possible. So on the inside in red is Luke Becker. Alongside him is Jack Holder in the yellow helmet colour in gate number 2. Gate number 3 is the first appearance of Dillon Ruml. He'll be in the blue helmet colour, and on the outside is Jason Doyle in white. And once again, Australia feeling the pressure. Although they got 7 points last time, they've got to keep it rolling, because when you've got performances like Finland are doing, the automatic qualification for the first 2, there's no doubt that they are feeling that, and that's what they want. They won't want to go through that last chance qualifier in Heat 22 if they can possibly avoid it. Nobody really wants to do that, particularly if you're one of the pre-meeting favourites.
Yeah, not the way that teams like Germany, Finland, all these guys are doing at the moment.
Well, they've got nothing to lose, have they? They've got everything to gain, and it's proving so. And so far we've witnessed some super speedway, and that's credit to everybody concerned. I must say the last-minute change of venue must have been difficult to get everything sorted out. But so far, so very good. Vojens, of course, the home, the heart of Danish Speedway. They've seen so many great nights here in Vojens. And, of course, the Grand Prix Series will come here in September. And we look forward to that. First of all, we look forward to heat number 13 with Australia up against America. Oh, long pause, and Becker's made a smashing start on the inside for America. Fires himself to the front with Jack Holder on the inside. Coming through with Jason Doyle back in 3rd place, and Ruml out the back. Got to say, that was a superb start from Luke Becker. He's out in front, but look at Jack Holder go. He's winding it on around the outside, freshly prepared track. Got to say, Becker's ridden a nice corner there and maintains a good lead, but keep your eyes on Jack Holder. Holder really firing it now wide in turns 3 and 4, winding it on. Doyle out for the pace this time, but Holder working hard in 2nd place.
Yeah, Holder working very, very hard. He seems to be able to make ground up on turns 3 and 4 using the outside line just here, but he doesn't seem to be able to do it around the 1st and 2nd turn. But I tell you what, Luke Becker, once he's out, out front on a track like this, he does go very, very quick. He's always going to be difficult to beat once he's out front.
He is indeed, and he's into the last corner for the final time. Super ride from the American out in front, going to pick up 4 points, 5 points for Australia. Slightly disappointing result for Australia. Not disastrous, of course, because they pick up 5 and there's a heat advantage, but I just sense they would have been looking for a touch more. Possibly Max Frick, maybe Max Frick, but Jason Doyle did win last time out. Who'd be a team manager? Luke Becker, though, sharp away from the Tates and wins very nicely indeed. 4 points for America and 5 for Australia, and Australia moving on to 22 now and leapfrog Germany, who are on 22. So the result of heat number 13, 5 points to Australia with Jack Holder out in front, Jason Doyle back in third, and Luke Becker, excuse me, Jack Holder in second place. I must change that, keep doing that. Jack Holder second with Jason Doyle third, and then we had Luke Becker doing a fine job with a smashing start from the inside.
Yeah, fantastic reaction. Really did react very, very quickly. Definitely the quickest reaction on the start line in that race. Hits the first turn in front, just elects to ride around the inside. We have just had a track grade prior to this race, and he knew that the fastest way round would be the inside. He made Jack Holder work really hard behind him, trying to find a way past it. Looked for a couple of laps like Jack would be able to do it, but unfortunately just couldn't find that extra speed he needed to go the long distance.
And this is an opportunity for America, you would suggest, to try and make some sort of impact. If they could get a maximum score here, they would actually try and get themselves right on the verge of the top 4. So all is not lost for America, but they are going to need 7 points.
Yeah, they are. They need 7 big points here. Just looking at their last ride, which is against Finland. So they have got an opportunity here.
They have indeed. So I'm sure Steve Evans, the team manager for USA, has pointed that out. So all of a sudden, Broc Nicol back in and away they go. And Nicol's made a good start on the inside. But I've got to say, Levishin, the all-action Levishin's there right alongside. And Becker now coming through on the inside. Becker. But Nicol's lifted and Levishin's just dived through, took the opportunity with both hands. Marco Levishin out in front. Luke Becker now coming through into second place. Broc Nicol lifting at a vital time just to kill his momentum, and that's a great shame. But Marco Levishin, you've got to say, is riding out of the top draw tonight.
Yeah, he is. He's looking fast. He's looking all action, that's for sure. And as you say, Broc Nicol just finding a little bit too much traction at the wrong time, killed his momentum and allowed Levishin past. This is not going to be enough for the USA, but Luke Becker really giving chase, looking at the dirt line, looking at the inside, just can't find that little bit of extra speed he needs.
Marco Levishin out in front now, but he's under huge pressure from Becker. Becker up the inside, fantastic move from Luke Becker. How on earth did he do that? Where did he find the grip from? Becker, how? That is a superb ride for him. And maybe that gives the USA a bit of a lifeline. 6 points for them, 3 for Ukraine, and all of a sudden it was looking like 5 points to USA and possibly the opportunity of heat 22 and the race off for the final. Slipping away, but 6 points. I've got to say, still an outside chance, Chris.
Yeah, there is an outside chance. 6 points, 6 big points. Could have done with 7, but being a bit greedy. But as I say, they race Finland. That's going to be a big race.
It will indeed. So the result for heat 17, then Luke Becker riding well, very well, to win the race. Broc Nicol back in third place. 6 points for USA, 3 points for Ukraine, with Marco Levishin just being overtaken. Up the inside, it was a fabulous move there. And so the standings after 17 races, Finland out in front on 29, 28 for Australia, 26 for Poland, Germany on 23, USA 21, Ukraine on 14, and Latvia on 12. So it's all really tight there between the top 5 teams. Superb ride there. Shame for Broc Nicol just lifting at a vital moment, but that was a great effort from Luke Becker.
Yeah, a fantastic effort from Luke Becker. The first lap is all about Broc Nicol, and we can see Levishin in there in white. Just makes the cut back up the inside. Now at that point it looks like Broc Nicol could have pulled clear and got a good run, but he just allows the bike to lift, loses that forward momentum. At this point, Luke Becker really not in the race up front, but battles away all race long. Had a look on the outside, wasn't particularly working for him. and then he starts to use his throttle control. He's got a lot of throttle control, that young man. You know, he's learnt a lot of his trade at Wolverhampton, a track that you do need to use the throttle, and that's taught him a great deal, and we can see there just forces his way through the
Lovely
inside.
move there, wasn't
yeah,
it?
great move, and great throttle control, and we can see there Marco Levishin a little bit upset with himself there, but he's had a great night so far.
Yeah, he shouldn't be too hard on himself, because there's no doubt that he was passed by a more experienced rider there, but nonetheless he's kept us well and truly entertained, Marco Levishin. But USA have certainly battled very hard indeed, and will be interesting to see how they get on with Finland. But the inside in red will be Timo Lahti for Finland. Then alongside him in white is Luke Becker. Timmy Salonen will come out at gate number 3 in blue. And then on the outside, looks like it could well be, is it Dillon Ruml? Yes, I think it is. Another outing for Ruml this time. So, got to be believing that Finland will be looking for another heat advantage now. What a great opportunity. Here we go then. Oh, what a long pause that was. Becker's made a fabulous start out of gate number 2, fires himself to the front. Lahti there right alongside him. Salonen coming through into 3rd place with Dillon Ruml at the back at this stage. Becker riding well, really well out in front, rode superbly in his last ride to come through up the inside to fire himself to the front. Will 5 points be enough? It might be, we'll see.
34.
It will indeed. It'll still be a good total for Finland. But Luke Becker's out in front here, Chris, and he is riding really well for the USA.
Yeah, he is. He's a very accomplished rider. His small stature and his riding style does remind me a little bit of Ronnie Corey, actually, who was another Wolverhampton man. But no, he's quick when he's out front. He's got good throttle control. He can make the bike work very, very well in the slick conditions. And the track now has slickened off quite a bit. But another great result for Finland, 34 points. Great chance of going straight through here.
Superb stuff from there. Luke Becker sharp away from the start, but it's team riding and point scoring that it's all about. He wins, but 5 points for Finland with Timo Lahti and Timmy Salonen, and they're through.
They are through.
And that's a fantastic effort for Finland. It's a shock, but it's a pleasant one for them. They will be overjoyed to make the Speedway of Nations final on Saturday night. Beating some big nations here. What a great effort in semi-final number 1 from Finland. Congratulations to them. So the result of heat number 20 then. Timo Lahti and Timmy Salonen finishing 2nd and 3rd. 5 points, crucial 5 points for them that sees them through. Luke Becker riding extremely well out in front, but Ruml there back in 4th place. And the USA won't be making it here this evening. But Finland, Chris, what can you say about them? That is an outstanding effort.
It's an outstanding effort, and it's come from a bit of experience and certainly youth there in Timmy Salonen, who's opening a lot of eyes on this world stage. And we can see from the start, it wasn't a particularly good start for Timmy Salonen. He just didn't seem to coordinate himself with the bike very well, and finds himself in 3rd place. I've got to say, Dillon Ruml there really giving it everything on the first lap. Looked like he might have a run around the outside, but a cracking start from the little American there, Luke Becker. And he's very, very quick when he's out front. He's had a very good night tonight. Just hasn't quite had the backing, but they've thrown everything that they could at it. But Finland, straight through. They'd have taken that at the beginning of tonight.
Oh, they would. They would have snatched a hand off. There's no doubt about that. Fabulous effort for Finland, and congratulations to them. So heat number...
Team to automatically qualify, let alone top the charts.
No, and all of a sudden Poland, who were the pre-meeting favourites, and in a lot of people's eyes, the pre-meeting... pre-tournament favourites for the title, so they finish on 31 points, and they will have the race off in heat 22 with Germany, who are on 30, so a big shootout there. But Australia and Finland are through. USA, Ukraine and Latvia, they will miss out this time. But what a massive race we've got to come to complete the evening. Don't go anywhere.